Good morning, everyone. It is Ash Wednesday, so my sweet girl and my son, we went to church this morning and we got our ashes and we are home now. My son is in school, but my girl and I are home, and I was thinking, why not make some bread? So we're gonna go ahead, and I think I wanna make a cinnamon sugar loaf. That just sounds so good to me. So let's get started. So we're gonna start with 125 grams of active starter, and we're going to add 350 grams of warm filtered water, about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna give that a good mix so that it's nice and bubbly. And we're gonna go ahead and add 525 grams of bread flour and 10 grams of fine sea salt. And I like to go ahead and just mix my salt in a little bit to the flour before I get in there. All right, so we're gonna give this some good spins until we get a nice shaggy dough. And I like to get in there with my hands after I get my dough started and give it a couple of good squeezes and twists before we let it rest for the first hour. All right, and I like to glove up. For people who don't know, Ash Wednesday is the start of Lent in the Catholic faith, and we typically fast something for the 40 days of Lent. So this Lent, I've decided to fast chocolate. I know, like, that's not hard, right? It is for me because I am definitely a chocoholic. I like to keep dark chocolate in my fridge, and whenever I just need like a little tiny pick-me-up, I go and I get a couple of pieces and I feel better. I don't know, I just have always been that way with my dark chocolate. So I thought about giving up dessert, but I kind of felt like maybe that was too easy, just because like I could still eat chocolate. Eating a piece of chocolate out of the fridge at 2 p.m., that's not dessert, that's a little snack. So then I started thinking about it. Well, a lot of my desserts, majority of my desserts, 99.9% of them are chocolate. I love a chocolate chip cookie. I love brownies. So then I thought, you know what? I rely pretty heavily on chocolate. I'm gonna do something crazy and I'm gonna give up chocolate. All right, so our dough is nice and mixed. We're just gonna go ahead and let this rest on the counter for about an hour. We're gonna cover it with a shower cap. And you don't have to use a shower cap. I know a lot of people use shower caps. I got tired of washing my dish towels that I would use for my bread. So I bought some shower caps on Amazon, and that's what I use because, you know, once you're done with it, you just throw it away. You don't have to wash it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this, and I'm going to leave it on the counter for about an hour, and then I'll be back to do my first set of stretch and folds. All right, it's been about an hour, so it is time to do our first set of stretch and folds. Gloved up. I like to just pull the dough away from the sides first. And we're gonna pull up, and stretch, turn, pull, turn, 3, and turn, and down. All right, and we'll be back in 30 minutes to do our next set of stretch and folds. Just cover this bad boy up and let it rest for 30 more minutes. Okay, it's been 30 minutes, so it is time for our next set of stretch and folds. Hi, Hadley girl. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll be back in 30 more minutes to do another set of stretch and folds. it's been 30 minutes, so it's time for our third set of stretch and folds. I need to get some smaller gloves. These are too big. It says one size fits most. I guess I have tiny hands. And 4. All right, we'll be back in 30 more minutes to do our 4th set of stretch and folds. And you can do more than 4, but this dough's feeling pretty good. So I think I'm only gonna need to do 1 more. So we'll be back in 30 minutes. And I'm whispering because my sweet girl just went down for her nap. I do not want to wake her. Okay, it's time to do my last set of stretch and folds. Okay, so now I'm gonna cover this back up and let it sit on my counter to bulk ferment the whole day. And we'll be back tonight after it's proofed all afternoon to shape this sweet loaf of bread up and add my cinnamon inclusions. Can't wait.